Hey guys, what's happening? It's Ken Kaplan here in the second floor of the New England Motorcycle Museum with another one of my favorite classics. This one's in the first year of the Honda XL250. This is a 1972 XL250 K0, indicating the first model year. It is resplendent in its original factory paint with only 2,192 original miles. Ask yourself, where am I going to find another 100% original Honda XL250 with barely any miles on it in original paint? The answer is, well, they're few and far between. The gauges on it are in beautiful condition. Everything works 100% on the bike. I have a work order. My techs went through it. Mark Olson and his son tag team this. Mark used to have a Honda restoration business. He specialized in Hondas from the 60s and 70s, so he yanked this one off the truck as soon as he saw it, started pulling it apart and resurrecting it. It actually ran when it came here, but the carb needed a little clean as usual and some other things, so he went through the whole bike with the usual perfection that he does. So I've got a long list of things he's done to it, and the bottom line is she's ready to roll. So without further ado, let me give you a quick demo of it. Kickstart, but super easy to start. Horns, typical Honda quality. It's got the low beam and high beam setting, which is great, and the front brake light switch works beautifully, as does the rear brake foot brake. So love the color combo. Just an absolute classic bike with an absolute classic color combo. Very torquey. That's the first thing you notice when you get on one of these 4-stroke 250s. Unlike the 2-stroke counterparts, this thing you just crack the throttle, and right off idle, it's got plenty of pickup. Front end will come right up, and it just sets you back in the seat. It just pulls like a little freight train. Very nice. Very little vibration. Also, I'm going to put it on reserve because I'm not sure how much gas they put in it. Where's the reserve on this one? Right there. So original exhaust, original pegs, original handlebars. The gauges, everything is real nice on this bike. And what I like about the 250 is it's got enough power to take it out on the road if you want to. Unlike the 100s or 125s, this is something you can use easily as a commuter bike. It'll cruise right down the road, no problem. And you've got, what, 6 inches of front wheel and maybe 5.5 inches of rear wheel, so even a real bumpy road like this smooths right out. This is the bike dreams are made of. How many young guys bought one of these and young gals bought one of these and rode the wheels off of it back in the day? The best part about it is you can ride this to school and back, or to work and back, to the store, take it to the beach. It's got buddy pegs on it. You want to take your girlfriend or your friend out for a ride on it? Go ahead. It'll haul too with the 250 single cylinder 4-stroke. It's got the power, no problem. Just cruising past the museum here. You can also change the gearing for more of a highway setting. This is the stock gearing set up for mostly back roads and trail riding. This is a one owner bike. One family owned the bike. My friend Dale Piper, who's a longtime motorcycle collector, who recently sold a massive collection of Hondas to Tanaka, one of the Honda factory guys over in Japan. He saved some of the best for us, and we got a load of bikes from him too, and this is one of the ones we recently got from him when he came up for his last trip up here, Dale Piper. So Dale's been a collector for a long time. He knows when he sees a good one, and he snapped this one up and brought it up to us. So plenty of torque. Just gets up and goes. I've got a long work order of everything that was done to the bike. It's got a brand new battery, brand new tires. I'll get into all the details when we bring it back in. Absolutely enough power to keep up with the cars and pass them if you want to. Yet it's nimble enough to take it off-road, take it to Daytona, ride it on the beach, whatever you want to do. California coast. We ship this bike anywhere in the world. for $750 or less, pretty much, at least the UK and anywhere in the US. We ship a lot of bikes over to the UK. A lot of vintage bike fans over there. They have a great market. Vintage bike market over there is alive and well. Maybe even in many ways more so than it is in the United States. Well, listen to this thing purr. It's been completely sorted out by Mark and his son Eric. Kenny, do you want me to leave the helmet on and do the helmet, Kim?
Open this up.
So you can hear a little bit better? Okay, where's the work order? Here it is.
We've got 6 minutes until we can jump on the phone with John, Steven.
Yeah, are you going to use your other camera?
No,
so,
I'm just going to do the helmet.
but okay, so in any event, I wanted to show you guys the title to the bike. This is Nathan Charles McCardle. This was his dad's bike since it was brand new, and he bought it from his dad in 2012, and he ran into some financial troubles, so they called Dale up, and Dale came in and bought the bike from him. So that's how it ended up here. So definitely got a nice clean title for it. Then the work order, we got a total of 16.4 hours labor, and a couple notes. The seat lock right here is damaged. It's going to need a new seat lock. And the low beam switch is a little touchy. Don't move it too far to the left or it'll go off, because you see the I think that's actually the way it's supposed to be. If you move it all the way to the left, it goes off. So you got low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam, all the way over, and it shuts off. So that's actually the way it's built. So the total work order came to $1,912.67, and including service and parts. It went through a complete inspection and evaluation. They performed a cylinder compression test. It's got a perfect 175 PSI. Adjusted the valve clearance, inspected and adjusted the valves. They removed and cleaned and lubricated the timing advancer, cleaned and set the point gap timing, installed a new spark plug, installed a new UAS battery, changed the oil and cleaned the oil filter and screen. They removed and replaced the carburetor to perform a complete clean and adjust, replaced the float bowl gasket and several jet O-rings. They replaced the fuel line, installed an inline fuel filter in it also. Both throttle cables were removed and replaced. They cleaned the throttle housing and the pipe and the bar, adjusted the throttle cable free play, and replaced the choke cable with another new item. They put a new foam air filter in it and applied filter oil on it, inspected the fuel tank. That was perfectly clean inside, and confirmed proper operation of the petcock. So the tank is in beautiful shape. Looks nice and clean on the inside. It's got a little bit of patina in there, a little surface patina, but nothing that they deemed necessary to soda blast or anything. So the tank is good. The front brake lamp switch was replaced with a brand new OEM part. They replaced the rear tail lamp assembly with a good one. Back here, it needed a new tail lamp. There was something wrong with that electrically, and replaced the bulb. They lubed and adjusted the front brake and the clutch cable. So all the cables are either adjusted and lubed or brand new. And the tires are brand new. You can see still, it's just got a couple miles from me riding it around here, but it still has the nubs on the front tire. It's a correct Trials tire style, 300 by 21. On the rear, it's got a matching IRC brand new 400 by 18 rear tire. Also new tubes and new rim strips. So everything's cleaned up on there, and the brake drums were clean, and the shoes were clean, and the brakes were adjusted. So they work perfectly front and rear. They removed the mirror, and this was stripped out. So on the mirror, so the mirror wouldn't tighten. So they drilled and heli-coiled the clutch perch, the stock clutch mount. So the throttle grip, they also glued the throttle grip to the throttle pipe. I believe these are the original grips. This one was a little loose, so they glued it back on. Adjusted the handlebar angle, which was set a little bit wrong. It was a little bit too far forward. They pulled it back to where it's supposed to be, the factory setting, and then torqued it down to the correct adjustment. So then, of course, test rode and confirmed the proper operation of the clutch, transmission, and electrical functions, and that's about it. Bike's been completely gone through, and I had a blast riding it. Again, the first thing I noted is how torquey. These are totally geared to be a torque monster. Basically, you just let the clutch out at idle and it'll pull away. The factory paint job is just beautiful. That's the original 1972 with a big Honda logo on it. It's got the Motosport 250 logo on the side here. It's got a brand new chain on it. The sprockets look to be new. Or very little wear on the sprocket. Didn't need that replacement, so we just put a new chain on it. The original chain was a little bit rusty. Again, 2,000 miles, okay? That's about as close to new as you're going to find one of these, unless you find one in a box that was never ridden. So If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Hopefully the pictures and the video explain everything about the bike. You know, there's a little bit of patina on the tank and in other spots as you'd expect for a 50-year-old motorcycle. This is an actual antique. It's now 50 years old, produced in 5 of 72. So, actually no, that's 47 years old, excuse me, almost 50 years old. No paint work has been done on the engine. That's all original. There's been a little bit of touch-up paint on the frame, I believe, and a couple spots as a rust preventative measure, but original shocks are intact. Original stickers are still on the rims, from the DID rims. It's kind of unique to still have those on there 47 years later. Those usually power wash right off. Is there anything you'd like to add about the bike, Kenny?
No, we can ship it very affordably. Message us through zip code if you're interested in the bike. We'll get you a quote. But haven't had an early XL in a very long time. All the ones that we brought through this year, or in the last 6 months anyways, have been 74 and later models. So
there's a small tear on the front saddle seam right here, but it's original. We didn't want to mess with it. There was no touch-up paint done on the tank or fenders. These are original, even has original decals. The headlight bucket's in great shape, and the gauges are in good shape too. So awesome classic. We'd love to roll into mid-Ohio with this, and you'd have to put a not-for-sale sign on it because everybody and their brother would be asking you, is it for sale? So that's a true story. So good luck bidding on it. Hope it goes to a good home. Again, one family owner for 47 years. Dale just picked it up a couple weeks ago, and then we went through it top to bottom and perfected it. It's ready for another 47 years in its new home. So good luck bidding on it. God bless America.